Welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we're going to be covering the one and only Rihanna, a living GOAT, a walking W, legendary. Let's get into it. Born on February 20th, 1988 in St. Michael, Barbados, Robin Rihanna Fenty. She is the daughter of an accountant, Monica, and a warehouse supervisor, Ronald Fenty. Her mother is an Afro-Guyanese, while her father is a Barbadian of African, Irish, English, and Scottish descent. Damn! Rihanna has two brothers, Rory and Rajad Fenty, and two half-sisters and a half-brother from her father's side, each born of different mothers from his previous relationships. She grew up in a 3-bedroom bungalow in Bridgetown and sold clothes with her father in a stall on the street. Her childhood was deeply affected by her father's alcoholism and crack cocaine addiction, which contributed to her parents' strained marriage. Rihanna's father used to physically abuse her mother, and Rihanna would try to get in between them to break up the fights. As a child, Rihanna had many CAT scans for excruciating headaches she suffered, recalling, quote, "The doctors even thought it was a tumor because it was that intense, but by the time she was 14, her parents had divorced and her health began to improve." In 2003, Rihanna formed a musical trio with two of her classmates in her home country of Barbados. Without a name or any material, the girl group auditioned with American record producer Evan Rogers, who commented, "The minute Rihanna walked into the room, it was like the other two girls didn't even exist." That same year, Rihanna was signed to Rogers and Carl Sturken's production company, Syndicated Rhythm Productions. Rihanna's demo was shipped out to Def Jam Recordings, where Jay Brown, an A&R executive at the record label, was one of the first to hear the demo. Brown played the demo tape for rapper Jay-Z, who had recently been appointed as president and CEO of Def Jam. When Jay-Z first heard the track Pon de Replay, he felt the song was too big for her. Despite being skeptical, he invited Rihanna to audition for the label. In early 2005, Rihanna auditioned for Def Jam in New York City, where Jay-Z introduced her to music mogul and legend Antonio L.A. Reid. At the audition, she sang Whitney Houston's cover of For the Love of You, as well as the demo tracks Pon de Replay and The Last Time. Jay-Z was absolutely certain about signing her after she performed her future single, Pon de Replay. His boss, L.A. Reid, was also impressed with her audition, telling Jay-Z not to let Rihanna leave the building until the contract was signed. After signing with Def Jam, Jay-Z and his team did the A&R for Rihanna's debut album and spent the next 3 months recording and completing her debut album. In May 2005, her debut single, Pon de Replay, was finally released. It charted successfully worldwide, peaking in the top 5 in 15 countries, including number 2 on the US Billboard Hot 100 chart and the UK Singles chart. The song became a club hit in the United States, peaking at number 1 on the Billboard Dance Club Songs. Her debut album, Music of the Sun, was released in August 2005. It debuted at number 10 on the Billboard 200 and received a gold certification from the RIAA. The album will go on to sell over 2 million copies worldwide. A month after the release of her debut album, Rihanna began working on her second studio album. A Girl Like Me, her second album, was released in April 2006. The album was a commercial success, charted in the top 10 in 13 countries. The album reached number 1 in Canada and number 5 in the UK and the US. The album became Rihanna's first to be certified platinum by the RIAA. Its lead single, SOS, was an international success, charted in the top 5 in 11 countries. The song reached number 1 on the US Billboard Hot 100 and in Australia, her first to reach this chart position. Unfaithful, the album's second single, reached the top 10 in 18 countries, including number 1 in Canada and Switzerland. In early 2007, Rihanna had already begun work on her third studio album, Good Girl Gone Bad. With the help of producers Timbaland, Tricky Stewart, and Sean Garrett, she embraced a new musical direction through up-tempo dance tracks. Released in May 2007, the album charted at number 2 in Australia and the US and topped the charts in multiple countries including Brazil, Canada, Ireland, and the UK. The album received the most positive critical reviews of her first 3 albums. The lead single, Umbrella, featuring Jay-Z, topped the charts in 13 countries and remained number 1 in the UK for 10 consecutive weeks. It was Rihanna's first single to be named one of the best-selling singles worldwide, with sales of over 8 million copies. The songs Shut Up and Drive, Hate That I Love You featuring Neo, and Don't Stop the Music were also released as singles, with the latter becoming an international hit. I mean, if you were of age when that Don't Stop the Music song came out, I mean, you knew that, oh my God, that thing was everywhere. But in support of the album, Rihanna began the Good Girl Gone Bad tour in September 2007 with 80 shows across the US, Canada, and Europe. Rihanna was nominated for several 2008 Grammy Awards for Good Girl Gone Bad, winning Best Rap Sung Collaboration for Umbrella alongside Jay-Z, her first Grammy Award. On June 9, 2008, Rihanna released Good Girl Gone Bad Live, her first live long-form video. The DVD and Blu-ray release featured Rihanna's concert at the Manchester Arena in Manchester, United Kingdom, held on December 6, 2007 as part of the Good Girl Gone Bad tour. The release also contained a special documentary that presented Rihanna discussing her experiences during the tour. By late 2008, Rihanna still remained on the charts with the release of 5th single from Good Girl Gone Bad, Rehab, and was named Diva of the Year by Entertainment Weekly for her quote-unquote newfound staying power. Good Girl Gone Bad has sold over 2.8 million units in the US alone, receiving a 2 times platinum certification from the RIAA. It is Rihanna's best-selling album in the country to date. The album has sold over 9 million units worldwide. During the late 2000s, Rihanna experimented further with pop, dubstep, and rock music, officially shifting her musical style and image away from the Barbados Island girl. Her third studio album's reissue, Good Girl Gone Bad Reloaded, was released in June 2008 with 3 new songs, Disturbia, Take a Bow, and the Maroon 5 duet, If I Never See Your Face Again. Live Your Life, a T.I. song featuring Rihanna, was released that November and topped the Billboard Hot 100. On February 8, 2009, Rihanna's scheduled performance at the 51st Annual Grammy Awards was canceled. Reports surfaced that then-boyfriend, singer Chris Brown, had physically assaulted her. He was arrested on suspicion of making criminal threats. On March 5, 2009, Chris Brown was charged with assault and making criminal threats. A leaked photograph from the police department obtained by TMZ.com revealed that Rihanna had sustained visible injuries. A few months after the incident, Rihanna was featured on the single Run This Town by Jay-Z, which also featured Kanye West and was released as a second single from Jay-Z's 11th studio album, The Blueprint 3. In early 2009, Rihanna began working on her 4th studio album, Rated R. Rated R was released in November 2009. It featured a darker tone than Rihanna's previous albums. Rated R debuted at number 4 on the US Billboard 200 chart. The album was supported by 6 singles. 6 singles. That's a lot of singles for an album. Including Rude Boy, which was the biggest worldwide success from the album, topping the US Billboard Hot 100 for 6 weeks and reaching top 10 positions in 22 other countries. Damn! In summer 2010, Rihanna collaborated with rapper Eminem on Love the Way You Lie, which was a major worldwide success, reaching #1 in over 20 countries. Reaching #2, the song became the biggest selling song of 2010 in the UK, and the first of Rihanna's singles to sell over 1 million copies in the country. In October 2010, Rihanna switched managers, joining Jay-Z's Roc Nation management. Loud, Rihanna's 5th studio album, was released in November 2010. The album produced 3 US Billboard Hot 100s. Its lead single, Only Girl in the World, What's My Name, featuring rapper Drake and S&M. Following the release of its official remix featuring Britney Spears, Rihanna set a record as the solo artist with the fastest accumulation of 10 chart toppers in the Hot 100's history. At the 53rd Grammy Awards, Only Girl in the World won the award for Best Dance Recording. To promote the album, Rihanna embarked on her Loud Tour in June 2011, which sold out 10 nights at the O2 Arena in West London, the most sold out shows for a female artist in the venue's history. The tour was the 7th highest grossing tour worldwide in 2011. Rihanna's 6th album, Talk That Talk, was released in November 2011. The album debuted at #3 in the US and #1 in the UK. The album's lead single, We Found Love, topped charts in 27 countries and peaked in the top 10 in 30 countries and broke chart records all over the place. The single topped the Billboard Hot 100 for 10 non-consecutive weeks, becoming Rihanna's longest-running #1 single on the chart and the longest-running #1 single of 2011 in the US. The song was later named the 24th biggest hit of all time on the Billboard Hot 100. Of all that, man, crazy. In February 2012, Rihanna won her 3rd Grammy Award for Best Rap/Song Collaboration at the 2012 Grammy Awards for her Kanye West collaboration, All of the Lights. In September 2012, We Found Love won the MTV Video Music Award for Video of the Year, making Rihanna the first woman to receive the accolade more than once. Rihanna's 7th studio album, and my personal favorite Rihanna album, Unapologetic, was released in November 2012. In the United States, the album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 albums charts, marking Rihanna's first #1 album in the country. The lead single from the album, Diamonds, reached #1 in more than 20 countries worldwide, including on the US Billboard Hot 100, where it became Rihanna's 12th #1 on the chart. The album's second single, Stay, reached the top 5 in over 20 countries, including #3 on the Billboard Hot 100. In February 2013, at the 55th Grammy Awards, Rihanna won her 6th Grammy Award in the category Best Short Form Music Video for We Found Love. Rihanna's 5th headlining concert tour, the Diamonds World Tour, began in March 2013 in support of Unapologetic. Following the release of Unapologetic and its accompanying tour, Rihanna aimed to take a hiatus from recording music, stating, quote, "I wanted to have a year to just do whatever I want artistically, creatively," unquote. In May 2014, Rihanna left Def Jam Recordings to sign fully with Roc Nation, the aforementioned record label that had managed her career since October 2010. A year after Rihanna began recording her 8th studio album, the single 4-5 Seconds was released, which featured Kanye West and the legendary Paul McCartney of the Beatles. During the creation of the album, Rihanna ventured into other endeavors and appeared in the voice role of Tip in the animated feature film Home, alongside Jim Parsons and Jennifer Lopez. The film was based on The True Meaning of Smack Day by Adam Rex. In late 2015, Rihanna inked a $25 million contract with Samsung that would see her promoting Samsung's Galaxy line of products, while Samsung would sponsor the release of her 8th studio album and its supporting tour. The Anti-World Tour was announced in November 2015 and began in March 2016, with Travis Scott supporting it in North America and Big Sean supporting at selected European dates. On June 28, 2016, Rihanna released her 8th studio album, Anti, exclusively through streaming service Tidal. The album still peaked at number 1 on the US Billboard 200, becoming Rihanna's second number 1 and 8th top 10 on the chart. The album was supported by the release of 4 singles, including the lead single, Work, featuring Drake, which topped the US Billboard Hot 100 chart. Further platinum certified singles, Needed Me and Love on the Brain, both peaked inside the top 10 of the US Hot 100. August 28, 2016, Rihanna was honored with the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award at the 2016 MTV VMAs after performing various medleys of her hit songs. Summer 2017 saw the release of Rihanna's collaborations with record producer DJ Khaled, Wild Thoughts, which also featured Bryson Tiller and was a worldwide success, and Kendrick Lamar's single, Loyalty, which earned Rihanna her 9th Grammy Award. And that's practically where we stand on the music side of her career. She announced an album a few years back on her Instagram, but said it would be withheld indefinitely. In 2017, Rihanna launched her critically acclaimed cosmetics company, Fenty Beauty, under LVMH's Kindle brands. Rihanna owns 50% of Fenty Beauty according to Forbes. In 2018, Rihanna launched a lingerie brand named Savage X Fenty. The line was born from Rihanna's vision, creating an exclusive brand. Products come in a variety of shades to match all skin tones and a range of sizes. Fenty is a fashion brand by Rihanna under the luxury fashion group LVMH, which launched in May 2019. She was the first woman to create an original brand from LVMH and also the first woman of color to lead an LVMH brand. The house launched in a pop-up store on May 22, 2019 in Paris before launching worldwide online on May 29th. And at the time of this recording, all we know about Rihanna's current music plans is that she's performing at the Super Bowl halftime show in February 2023. She's super successful in everything she puts her mind to. That, with the fact I'm sure she's enjoying motherhood. Only God knows when we'll get any new musical material from Rihanna. But whenever she's ready and back in musician mode, she knows the world will be patiently or impatiently waiting for whatever music she has in store for us. So that's all in the Rihanna story. That's where we're at right now. Late last quarter of 2022. Yeah, we'll see where her ride takes us. You already know the vibes. Like, comment who you want me to do a video on next. Subscribe to the channel. See y'all in the next one. Peace, love, positivity.